This Spektrum transmitter LiPo battery pack, we're going to cut it open and see what's inside of it. So in a previous video, I did a video where I replaced this 2000 milliamp LiPo battery pack with a Amazon LiPo battery of the same milliamp size but a different shape of battery, because this battery has gone bad that has worked in my DX7S transmitter for years. This was a big upgrade from the 4 AA batteries or the 4.8 volt NiMi pack, which looks like 4 AA batteries that's shrink wrapped, similar to this. If you wanted to upgrade from the AA's or the 4.8 volt to a 2S LiPo pack, this is what Spektrum sold. And you put this in your transmitter just like you plugged in your other battery or 4 AA plastic tray that held the batteries. And then you could charge your transmitter with your AC wall, adapter. And in my previous video where I replaced this with a Amazon battery, that battery came with 3 leads, 2 to power your device and a balance lead. And I said you could do away with the other 2 leads and just leave the one that you need to plug in your transmitter and then charge your transmitter like you did with this one. And that brought up a lot of questions and comments and curiosity and a lot of fun, really. And somebody said, well, maybe, being this is a Spektrum battery, that it doesn't need a balance lead, that it could be like a smart pack. Maybe there's some kind of chip in here. I don't know. I could be wrong. I also said that this pack looks identical to this one. I don't know what this came out of, some kind of a toy. This one has 3 wires, negative, a white, and a red. So it's got a positive for one cell, a positive for the other cell, and a negative to share across both of them. So you could take this pack right here and do away with the white wire and just use the positive for both and the negative for both, and you would have this. Let me show you some up close. These things are identical. These battery cells, LiPo pack cells, are pretty common. You probably have some in your devices at home. You don't even know about it. These light blue ones right here, I actually dissected out of a computer laptop battery. I think there was 3, and then there was 4, and I broke it open to see what's inside. That's part of the hobby, right? I think it's fun. I call it fiddling. And here is a battery pack that I made for my IX12. Now, to clarify something real quick, the NX6, NX8, NX10, IX12, I can't speak for anything else, but I'm sure all IX transmitters, they operate on a 1S battery, one cell, 3.3 volts up to 4.2. Okay, I need to clarify that. 1S packs go in the NX and IX transmitters, because some of the comments on the video where I replaced this with a Amazon battery, somebody said I wouldn't put that in my NX8. Well, you don't want to put a 2S battery in your NX transmitter because you'll fry it. Okay, this is a 2S 7.4 volt 2000 milliamp. Your NX transmitters are 1S, around 4 volts. So this is one I made for my IX. These are 3 cells running in series, so it's just 1S, 1S, and 1S. It still is a 1S pack the way it's wired. This is 2 cells, but the way it's wired, it is a 2S pack, 7.4 volts. And these batteries actually went in a headlamp I had. And here's even a charger for them. And rumor has it that batteries just like this, maybe different brand, size, whatever, is actually what's in the Tesla. Like thousands of them. Don't hold me to it, but I think that's what it is. So let's cut this guy open. I'll get you all zoomed in on it, and let's see what's inside of it. I could be wrong, but I think it looks just like this one. So hang on, guys. We're going to dissect and cut open this Spektrum battery pack. This is a replacement 2S LiPo pack for transmitters that are able to be upgraded to a 2S battery. NX transmitters and IX transmitters use 1S. So the Generation 2 and Generation 1, this is a direct replacement for your 4 AA battery pack or the 4.8 volt 9 mi pack that is available for the Spektrum transmitters as well. You can take your 4 AA's out and install this 2S pack. It plugs directly in. Then you just go in your settings and tell your transmitter that you've changed the voltage. So therefore the voltage alarms inside will work correctly. This is the DX9. There's the exact same battery right there. In a previous video, I replaced this battery because it's bad with a battery I got on Amazon for a quarter of the price. This is a 2S 2000 milliamp LiPo pack that I got off Amazon, labeled for a DX6E. I got a whole video on how I made it work. You can still charge your transmitter with your AC wall adapter, just like you did with the Spektrum pack. But we had lots of comments and questions that we just talked about on what's inside of this thing. I think that pack is exactly like this one. Take a look at the size here. We'll know in a minute. Let's get the knife. All right, so I got the scalpel. How do the doctors and surgeons say it? Scalpel. I guess there's no way but to do it than just to do it, right? So looks like there's a wrapper over a wrapper. So is there a chip in here like the smart packs? Well, we're about to find out, guys. About to find out. I love reading the comments from you guys. I can't respond to all of them, guys. It's impossible. But I glance through them, and some show up on my phone and so on. And somebody said about my Amazon battery, he said, I'm not putting that cheap Chinese LiPo on my transmitter. And to the best of my knowledge, folks, every single LiPo battery pack is made in China. This has a different wrapper around it. Just like brushless motors. There's probably only a couple factories that are making brushless motors for our planes, and just get a different paint job or different wrapper around it. I'm trying not to cut the battery. That might be the last video you guys see. Is there a chip inside? So here, just the old wrapper. There might be a chip or something in here. Ooh, what we got? What we got? What we got? So far, there is some kind of a chip in the balance leads. And on this one, what's on this guy? What is on this guy? What's that? What is that? Is that a chip? I don't know. There's definitely a chip in that guy, but I can't get it apart without cutting something. But you know what? We might cut it. Yeah, hang on. I decided not to cut it, but I got where we can see it a little bit more. So it's got the two little square pads like this guy has. So there's stuff going on here, but there's 3 wires still. 3 wires on the blue one. They are soldered separately. And on the Spektrum one, There's not a place for a third wire. So they've got something going on here with this board. So you guys were right. You can see how they split off. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So I wonder what is behind this wrapper. Look what I see, guys. Do you see blue? Do you guys see some blue right there? If it's got the same writing as it does on this, that where it's stamped right there. If it's got that on these, it's gonna be funny. Well, I don't see any writing on it. So if you were a really good solderer, if that's how you say it, and you wanted to use your Spektrum pack, you could buy these cells and replace them. Look at that. That's amazing. That is amazing. Spektrum in the left, something in the right. It's possible that only one of these is bad, and that's why it's not holding this charge like it used to. Huh. Well, thank you for tuning in. I hope you got something out of it. Maybe a laugh, maybe a little help. Maybe you killed some time. Who knows? But if you got anything out of this, the best way to support what I do is a thumbs up, a comment, share it with your friends, and make sure that you're subscribed. Doing all that helps out the YouTube algorithm, and that's the best way to support me. I'm not selling t-shirts or bumper stickers or super likes or chats or blah, blah, blah. So, hey, it's free. It's actually free. Just make sure you're subscribed, the thumbs up, and all that stuff, guys. I would really appreciate it. And make sure that you're still subscribed. I've been getting messages, people saying that for some reason, did I unsubscribe them? And I have no way of doing that. So I think, who knows, some inactivity or whatever, people get unsubscribed. So that's all I got for this one, guys. I really appreciate it. All right. Have a good weekend. Yeah. Happy flying. Okay. Hey, until next time, you'll see me here. No button on this one. Adios. Real quick, I've started a second YouTube channel. It's going to be more up close and personal with me and my mom that has Parkinson's and the condo that I bought at auction. I closed on it today, the 13th of October, and that channel is going to be start to finish the whole rehab, and I'll go through dollars and what I spent and so on. And my plan is to take this place that is a dump and really not livable and move into it by February 28th. I've got to move my mom in because the cost of assisted living facilities are like $7,000 a month. And thinking for the future, it's going to be the best move to get her out of that. Plus, she'll have more fun, have a better life, have a backyard for a dog. So, the name of my second channel is YouTube Pays My Mortgage. Maybe in a couple of years, after everything adds up, they will pay the mortgage. So, all right, guys. Hey, thank you. Watch one of these.